From time to time, people come to me and they want to learn how to manifest. They know that I teach meditation, so they think somehow I must know something about manifestation. And particularly when they see that I teach the siddhis, yogic supernormal powers, which is a kind of manifestation. In fact, I had one guy, he wanted to learn the siddhis so that he could buy a yacht, houses all around the world, and have many beautiful women. And I told him, that's not how the siddhis work. You can't desire from your ego and expect the siddhis to work in that way. You have to be connected. Your desire has to be the desire of the universe, has to be connected with the universe. He wasn't at all interested in that. So he went his way. Many forms of manifestation, at least what I have seen, seem to cater to this, maybe not that gross a level of ego desire, but desiring from the ego. They cater to that to some degree. And the irony is, you may fulfill ego desires and yet not be fulfilled, not find happiness. The happiness will be very temporary. So these systems of manifestation that support manifesting from ego desire are partial solutions to the problem. And they only work partially for a number of reasons that will become clear. Whereas what I propose is universal manifestation. I call it universal manifestation because it's based in the universe, based in your relationship with the universe. So you will be the instrument of the universe fulfilling itself, and you will gain the greatest fulfillment from that. So let me just quickly go through the steps of this universal manifestation, and then we'll dive into them deeper. So the first step is to find your purpose in relation to the wholeness of life. What is it that you are meant to contribute to the whole, contribute to others? What is your purpose in the universe? You have one. Okay, so that's the first step, finding that. We'll talk more about it. Second step, learning to desire from the subtlest, most powerful level of thought. If you're trying to manifest from the surface conscious thinking level, I guarantee you it's going to work only once in a while at best. You have to learn to think at a very subtle, powerful, concentrated level where you can create from consciousness, where thought is the most creative, most intelligent, most powerful. So that's the second step. Third step is employing the intelligence of the universe. We can't do it all on our own. We'll look into this more, but you can employ the intelligence of the universe to fulfill your desire for you. So that's the third step. Fourth step, take action. Some people say you should be able to just manifest without taking any action. Honestly, this is a fantasy. It's not true, and we'll look into that more. I would like to say it's true, and if it's true, it's going to work only once in a great while, and we don't want our fulfillment to be working just once in a great while. We want it to work all the time. So take action. That's the fourth step. And the fifth step is to surrender. Surrender has to be part of your relationship with the universe. Any system of manifestation that does not include surrender is simply childish. It's impractical. It's unrealistic. It has to include surrender. That is part of your relationship with the universe. Now, these steps, they're not a chore. I promise you. It is blissful. It is the most blissful process. It is living your life in the flow of fulfillment. Now, I'm all about meditation. Anybody who's watched this channel knows that. So what is the relationship between this universal manifestation system to meditation? It's all about meditation. It is meditation in action. It is applied meditation. It's possible that somebody could be born in a very high state and they would not have to meditate to practice universal manifestation. But that's because their life is already in the flow of meditation. Most of us, we need to practice meditation, and that's how we can fulfill these 5 steps. On my website, effortlessmindmeditation.com, I list all the courses that I teach, and all of these play a role in universal manifestation. Effortless Mind Meditation 1 gives you access to subtle layers of thought, to the full range of the mind. So that's a necessary starting point. You have to be able to go within. That's the basis. Deep chakra work and awakening Kundalini clear the nadis, clear and open the chakras so that you're crystal clear. You can have clear perception at the finest, most powerful layer of thought. Clear experience of your intimate relationship with the wholeness of life, with the universe as a whole. So that's important. Blessings of the Devas is all about employing the intelligence of life to fulfill your desires for you. And the Brahmagyana course is to deepen your relationship with the wholeness of life. So all of these courses work together to enable you to very naturally be able to live universal manifestation. Okay, so now let's dive into the steps. Step 1, finding your purpose, your special place in the universe. What is your role in the universe? You have one. You may or may not be aware of it, but you definitely have one. It's not by chance that you happen to be here. You are part and parcel of the universe. And this raises an interesting concept that I just love. It's the concept of dependent origination. It's a Buddhist concept. We tend to think of everything as having some kind of intrinsic, separate existence. Take a tree, for instance. You may think that tree, it's solid, it has its own intrinsic existence. As a thought experiment, you should be able to take it outside the universe and it would exist in the same way it exists here. But it's not true. Actually, that tree has only come into being in the context of the wholeness of the universe. It's required sunlight. It's required water, earth, nutrients, all kinds of systems existing in the universe to give rise to that tree. Everything in the universe is like this. Nothing has an independent, intrinsic existence. We are all interdependent. Without the whole universe, not one particle of the universe could exist. It's all integral. So, what this means, and the reason I bothered to say this, is because it's exactly our situation. You are an individual, but you don't have your own intrinsic existence apart from the universe. You contain the whole universe. Implied in your existence is the wholeness of life, and you're in relationship to that wholeness of life. So, what is your unique role to play in the universe? What is your unique contribution? Why are you here? That's the question that you need to solve for this first step. For many of us, this will be a great process of discovery. It won't be something that happens in a single sitting. And it's not something you solve at once. It's going to evolve. The universe is ever expanding. Life is ever expanding and growing and evolving. Your purpose can expand and change. So you have to check back in and see how your purpose is evolving. So as you find how you are meant to be in service to the whole, it's also learning to manifest from love. Because it's not just about yourself. It's not just for yourself. It's for others. It's for the whole. It is about love. there's nothing wrong with having a desire for yourself, but that doesn't necessarily bring happiness. Having a desire to contribute to the whole, to contribute to others, is actually much more profoundly, deeply satisfying because you're fulfilling your purpose, your existence in relation to the wholeness of life. Okay, step 2. Step 2 is learning to desire from the finest, most subtlest layer of thought. You have within you the ground of being from which all this universe arose. Your higher self is the ground of being. That ground of being is omnipresent. It didn't miss you. You have it too. It's everywhere. And in the deepest meditation, you can abide in that ground of being. And right where it first starts to sprout as a thought, from that level, it's the most powerful, creative, intelligent level of thought, and you can create from there. That's how the universe was created. It was created from that ground of pure being. So you have that within you. You have to learn to create from there. At the surface of the mind, thought is stale. It's weak. It's isolated. That's where the ego desires, is from the surface, very surface, superficial level of the mind. From the deepest core of your being, that's where life desires. So that means life will support your desire if you're desiring from the ground of your own being. Another way of looking at this, it's like thought waves on the surface of the mind are very agitated. So very big agitated waves. They settle down into consciousness, becoming quieter and quieter and quieter, till they become just a faint impulse. The slightest wave on the ocean of consciousness. And that means at that level, the wave is almost one with the wholeness of consciousness, the wholeness of life, the wholeness of the universe, the source of the universe. So desiring at that level encompasses the wholeness of life, the wholeness of the universe. So desiring from that level is not only the most powerful, it's the most holistic. Okay, step 3. You can't do it on your own. Sometimes you make lots of effort and get almost no result. Other times you may make a little effort and get more results. So there's more than just our own effort that is involved in fulfilling our desire. Life has to line up behind it. Now, when I say life has to line up behind it, there is intelligence in life, inherent in life. In fact, that pure ground of being is pure intelligence. And as it first warms up in the process of manifestation to create this universe, that pure intelligence takes form as impulses of creative intelligence. And those impulses of creative intelligence in the Vedic tradition are called devas. They are responsible for all the activity in the universe, responsible for everything that happens in the universe. It is the impulses of intelligence behind everything. It's those impulses of divine creative intelligence that we need to align with and even more employ in the service of fulfilling our desires. And we can do this very effectively. In the course that I teach, Blessings of the Devas, I teach how to nourish those impulses of creative intelligence, which creates a symbiotic relationship so that you're nurturing and nourishing them, and they in turn support you. And so this is a very fine art and science that you need to become adept at to effortlessly fulfill all your desires. When I say effortlessly, I don't mean without acting. I just mean you will not have to struggle and struggle. It will be a joy to fulfill your desires. Now, step 4, take action. It's a fantasy to think that you can just sit there in meditation and manifest all your desires without acting. By acting, you get out there and engage the universe. You create more opportunities for the universe to support you by your action. If you don't act, you limit the opportunities the universe has to support you. And by acting, you'll gain feedback and you'll gain new ideas. New avenues will open. Acting is absolutely important, and it's a joy to do it. Because when you are acting from the finest level of thought, when that finest, most powerful, creative, intelligent level of thought is driving your actions are easy. You don't feel internal resistance. Step 5, surrender. One of the great flaws, as I mentioned, to many systems and ideas about manifestation is the idea that you can manifest from your ego. That is going to be so superficial, so ineffective, it's almost laughable. As John Lennon said, life is what happens when you make other plans. You have to be surrendered to life because you don't know everything. You may have found your purpose and things may seem clear and right, and yet the universe may have yet more feedback to give you. You have to be open to that. You have to be open to it. The universe may manifest your desire in timing that is different from what you prefer. You have to be surrendered to that. You can't force it. The form the universe fulfills your desire in might be different than what you expect. Surrender to that. Surrender also means that you're open to receiving blessings from life that are beyond what you could have imagined. Like Wallace Stevens said, the actual is a deft beneficence. What is real in life is more beneficent than what you can imagine. So be open to that. So surrender is absolutely one of the most important aspects of this process of manifestation. So this is universal manifestation in a nutshell. And of course, you'll do these steps daily, and they're not necessarily in consecutive order. Step 1, yes, you have to have that as the foundation. And you'll need to come back to that and check and make sure that it's still on course. So maybe year by year, you check in. And the other steps will alternate throughout your day. Now, one other caution is don't push, don't rush, have patience. Don't come up with your grand insight and immediately take out a second mortgage and borrow everything against your credit cards and take all kinds of risks. Put yourself out there, go step by step, see what kind of feedback you get from the universe and adjust. Keep doing that. And a time will come where the signals will tell you you're on the right track. You're feeling the support. Things are falling into the place. And then you'll know when it's right to take risks.